Iris Phase 1. Iris is a fairly simple fight. There is quite a lot going on most of the time, so it feels quite difficult, but once you get the moves down, it's not too bad trying to avoid them all. Her main attacks are this mine lay attack, where she shoots all the mines out of her head that you saw just there. You can shoot those, but they don't hang around for very long. You have these pylons that appear, which charge that bar up that's underneath her health. You can destroy these to make the bar stop going up. It will only go up if they're destroyed. But that takes time away from killing, so I don't tend to do that. Just try and speedrun it and don't really care about the bar. These laser attacks that she does, she can do it on one side or the other, or on both sides. They're not too difficult to dodge. It's very, very easy to see them coming, and you can even fit in between them, unlike that. Then she has lock-on rockets, which you just kind of dodge them the same way you dodge any rockets in the game. You just kind of move past them and they hit the wall or explode. Once enraged, she has a constant barrage of laser beams that go along the floor like this, and then there's little cutout bits that you need to try and avoid. I tend to try and stay high if you can, and use pogo stick, so you're on the floor for a small amount of time and then just jump over it. Now, all of these, as I said, kind of look difficult to avoid, but there's actually there's three major strats you can do. You can learn to dodge them like I'm doing here, not very efficiently because I'm talking. Oh wait, I forgot, she also does a shockwave attack along the floor like this. It'll either be in the middle or on the sides. You can see where they're coming from because it all lights up, and then you can just move out of the way. It can also hit you in the air. They go a lot higher than it looks, but that's that. But the two kind of gimmicky things that you can do to Iris Stage 1 is you can actually dead angle a lot of these attacks. I'll just wait for this to just go away. Oh, and the hack as well. I've got to talk about the hack. She does a hack where her front of her face will flash purple. All you have to do to avoid that is look away. But yeah, so dead angling most of the attacks. The only attacks you can't dead angle are the rockets. Everything else you can avoid by standing at one of the walls, other than the rage, but you'll see that doesn't hit me there. Her rage lasers will still hit you here, so when they're triggered you want to be dead angling it at the wall and just hovering over. When you start to run out, you just charge up your jump and hop up again. You can actually charge up your pogo stick enough by just slowly walking away from the bars while crouched. The other dead angle spot is right in front of the face. Most of the attacks won't hit you from front of the face, and that's how you deal with it in melee. Right, so let's try not to die to this boss and move on to Iris Stage 2, because yes, spoilers, there are 2 stages to Iris. It looks like her lasers will hit you when you're hugging the walls, but honestly, they won't. Iris Stage 2. So on waking up, you have some free time to just DPS it, mark it up, and the only element that will affect it when it's lying on the floor is burn. You cannot build up shock or frost. It will always do 2 claw attacks when it wakes up. Those claw attacks, you can avoid them by walking backwards, sliding backwards, anything really. Then you have a laser, electric charge that she does there. She'll shine electric sparks and slam into the floor, doing electric on the floor. If you're on the floor when she does that, you will get shocked. Then you have lasers out the fingers. To avoid this, just walk up underneath her. They physically can't hit you. When her sides are shining like that, it's rocket barrage. Again, you just walk underneath her. She can't hit you. Just cannot hit you with any of these attacks if you're underneath her. This laser barrage is probably the hardest one to avoid. I tend to crouch until a bar is about to hit me, and then pogo stick as high as I can. then fit myself between a couple of more lasers, and then hero cape to the bottom. Tends to be a fairly effective way to avoid it. And we've only got one more attack that we're kind of waiting for. Here we go. Spinning disco ball. When she does this, again, I tend to just pogo stick up, and then you can just hover above her throughout the whole duration of this, and it won't ever hit you. If you don't have some of these gadgets, it can be a lot harder to deal with. It is still very possible to avoid them without them. It just gets a little bit harder, but honestly, if you're playing on G4, then you should be absolutely fine. I believe that was all the attacks that I covered, so peace.